Hi, welcome to Reaction Shots for the month of October.
Spooky.
And if you're listening to or watching this on the day it went public, it is Friday the 13th.
The best day.
Whoa.
So I'm streaming Friday the 13th on Friday the 13th. It's going to be jolly.
my
Jolly.
God.
I'm going to kill some fellow patrons.
Yeah.
Classic.
Yeah.
The dream.
Yep.
No. Anyway, we are joined today by Sofia Hariz
Hello.
and, of course, Michael Hugh, her
Hello.
co-host. Sophia, you're a big fan of horror movies, are you not?
I love them more than a lot of things in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you love them more than you love Overwatch?
Ooh. That's like Sophie's choice right there. I can't choose.
The Halloween event in Overwatch, though, kind of
yeah.
the best.
Best of both worlds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The twain have met.
I couldn't choose.
But you've been a lifelong fan of horror,
I have, yes.
and you're currently studying Flim.
I'm studying Flim.
Nice.
Yes.
Slam.
Flim.
That's cool. Well, let's kick things off before we get into the topic for this month. Let's do a little. What have you liked recently, Hubert? Have you liked anything recently?
Saw a couple movies. I think you're going to probably bring those up.
Oh yeah.
I know you're not going to bring this up. The Dodgers.
Oh,
That's what I've been enjoying.
what is that?
It
I
is
don't
the
understand.
playoffs right now.
Oh.
October baseball. So that's why I love October, because it has Halloween and the MLB playoffs.
Right.
They usually last all month.
Uh-huh.
Dodgers just won the first round.
Okay.
I was at one of the games. It was electric. Ooh. You know, just that vibe of like sitting there around complete strangers, rooting for the same thing. When the Dodgers do well, just like loving embrace with complete strangers.
Like a
It feels
full-on
good.
hug?
Full-on hugs, full-on high fives, like sharing the emotion, sharing the highs, also sharing the lows, you know, just getting intense.
I like that you acted out highs and lows.
Yeah.
Just
Love it.
Feel it.
Yeah.
Well, I
Felt
can
it.
appreciate that. That
So-
sounds lovely.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah. Anything else that's been on your mind?
Been on my mind. No, I just think some movies, you know. I'll throw one of a Mother. Have
Yeah.
you talked about Mother yet?
We haven't. We saw Mother.
Yes.
I loved Mother,
Yeah?
surprisingly. I was, I didn't know what to expect. I like Aronofsky.
Uh-huh.
I didn't see his last one, Noah.
Neither did
Yeah,
I.
Dumb.
Yeah. But I love all of his movies, The Wrestler, Black Swan, all of them.
Yeah.
I really, really liked this movie. I went in completely blind.
Uh-huh.
Didn't know anything about it, which I think is a good thing and a bad thing.
Yeah.
I think people, if they know what it is going in, I think that'll.
Right.
I don't think it'll necessarily ruin the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
I'm eager to talk in detail about it.
I want to do. I think we should do a spoiler mode on Mother.
I think
just because
so.
I think
Yeah.
it would be really interesting.
I just saw something about Scorsese coming out. Did you see this?
No.
So last year when Scorsese did Silence, he didn't see any movies. He saw zero. He was like so busy with the movies. He came out and he was just raving about Mother. It's like one
Really?
of his favorite movies of all time. He was just freaking out about it, just how well it was made. And
Yeah. I mean, the main thing about Mother that I like is that you can't call that movie gutless.
Yeah.
Like, it takes some chances.
Yes.
It goes there.
yeah.
It's
and
not
it's
a
not afraid to be weird.
Yep.
It's not a bad movie either when you think about the technicalities of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
Like
my
the,
gosh.
how
It's
it's
well made.
filmed.
Yeah.
Yeah, everything is well made. I love loving and hating it.
Right.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's
I just want to talk about it all the time.
totally.
Yeah.
I knew I loved it because 2 days later,
Yeah.
I was thinking about it intensely.
Yeah. I've been having like big old discussions with multiple people, and
Yeah.
I saw it like weeks ago or
Yeah.
whatever, 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago.
Yep.
Sure. But yeah.
Sophia, what have you liked recently?
Well, I was gonna say Mother-ish and have all that things, but I mean Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Obviously, Blade Runner
Yeah.
was incredible. I actually hadn't seen the first one, and I saw the first one literally before we went to see the second one.
Nice.
So I
Yeah.
saw them in a row, and then we
Marathon.
saw the short
The
things
shorts.
that I saw before it, and it was just like a day of Blade running.
Yeah.
I guess it was an experience.
Yeah,
And-
for
and,
sure.
You know, looking past the first one's, misogynistic undertones.
Rapiness, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of issues with the first one. I think if I'd seen this 10 years ago, I had a different, but given I was like, oh, this is uncomfortable,
yeah.
but I understand it. But I don't know. I like movies where I can just freeze frame and put on my wall. And this movie had so many of those moments where you could just press pause and it's a beautiful.
2049 you're talking about?
What?
The original or 2049?
I mean both.
Yeah.
I mean both have those moments, but definitely I think this one because of the the colors were so technology.
Roger
and whatnot.
Deakins.
Yes.
One of the prettiest movies I've ever
Woo!
seen.
Yeah.
Roger Deakins, no
And-
Academy Award yet.
And
Really?
also,
Yeah.
what?
Ever?
Ever.
What?
That's what my friend told me. Have not confirmed. He's like, dude, doesn't have an Oscar yet.
What?
Crazy.
He has shot literally like every good movie.
Yeah, like every Coen Brothers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
crazy.
is happening?
Yeah,
Technically not every.
not every.
Oscar's so
Coen Brothers,
rigged.
A lot of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rigged.
Anything else that you liked recently? You don't have to have anything else.
I don't know. Baby Driver was a long time ago, I guess.
Baby
Baby Driver.
Yeah.
Baby Driver's good
Baby
though.
Driver
was
was
good.
good, but it was a long time ago. But yeah,
It was a fun one.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, it's TV-wise, I'm intrigued by American Horror Story.
This season is
American
pretty
Horror
wild.
Story. It's pretty wild. I haven't
I'm way
seen the
behind.
newest one, but like
Yeah.
it's pretty. I don't know. I mean, it's like with American Horror Story, I feel like you can't really know if you like it or not until the end.
Mm.
That's
Yeah.
like the last episode. Then you're like,
Yeah.
did I like
Make
it or
or break.
not?
Right.
Yeah, make or break.
Yeah. How
So-
did this shake out?
Like the last season, that broke it. Was the last part. I was like, nope, it's done.
I never
But this
sub-ended
one,
it.
yeah, you shouldn't just
Yeah,
see the
okay.
first episodes and then you're like, it's fine. But this one might be interesting. I'm
It's
Yeah.
pretty great, and it's like so rooted in right now, like politics and
Yes.
stuff.
like a
Real
lot of
world
horror
yeah.
things are.
We'll probably get into that.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched Handmaid's Tale yet?
No, not
Oh my
Handmaid's
gosh,
Tale.
guys.
I know. I don't have
You
Hulu.
too. You
I don't have
need, you
Hulu.
two need to like sit down and just binge it the whole
I gotta
thing.
get up
I don't
onto
know if you'll
Hulu.
be able to binge it because each episode you just want to like gouge your eyes out after.
Right.
Nice.
Oh my gosh. Brutal show. Watch it.
I'm excited for Chance to come back also on Hulu. Maybe I should just get a subscription again. Yeah, I mean, I love Blade Runner. I think we should do a spoiler mode on that too. 2049.
Yes.
I have lots of things to say about Blade Runner. But oh man, that movie.
Took me away.
Not without its issues.
Mm-hmm.
Not in the filmmaking, but mostly in the story and its treatment of certain stuff. But like, I think that technically that movie is just out of control.
Out of control.
And
Oh,
Ryan
man.
Gosling is like the best robot
Oh yeah.
person. Like,
Yeah, it's
it was
perfect-
perfect.
perfect
Gosling
casting.
anything.
Yeah.
Gosling anything. I'm a Gosling fanboy.
Me
Just
too.
love the man.
I like Baby Goose.
They need to make a Star Wars
I even
movie.
like his band.
His band is great.
I haven't heard
Dead
of
Man's
Oh.
Bones.
Yeah.
It's like weird, like indie goth rock
that. Whoa.
with I think the like Silver Lake Children's Choir in
Yeah.
like all of it.
I'm a sucker for choirs.
Yeah. Listen
Love
to
a good choir in a song. I'm
listen
always
to,
like, yeah.
uh,
all right.
Listen to Lose Your Soul by Dead Man's Bones, or I think it's called Power or Papa Power, maybe.
Definitely.
I think it's wow.
It might be called
Power.
Papa Power. But
Power.
that's what they do in the song.
Do you want to
Anyway,
see them make a Star Wars movie?
Who?
Villeneuve and
Oh.
like Deacons.
Denis Villeneuve?
Villeneuve.
Villeneuve?
Yeah. Do you want to see him make Star Wars?
Yeah, man.
How
Sure.
crazy would
Have
that
him
be?
do whatever he
Well,
wants.
he's doing Dune next.
Oh, yeah, I know. When
Which
I
is
heard
gonna
that,
be
I almost like
insanity.
fell over.
Yeah.
Like my friends told me that, and I was like, "What?
Yeah.
What?" Also, the Annihilation trailer.
Yes.
Come on!
Mm-hmm.
I read those
Great.
books. Love those books. Alex Garland directing this Annihilation movie. Hoo-wee! That's gonna be
Hoo-wee.
cool. I am excited. As far as things that I've liked that haven't been mentioned, saw the pilot episode of The Gifted the other day.
It's still on my DVR. I haven't watched
Cheesy
it.
as hell.
Oh, okay.
Like, you know,
yeah.
it's a Fox TV show,
Yeah.
but the X-Men, like the mutant metaphor, has never been more thinly veiled in all history. Like,
Yeah.
which I think is actually good. It's
Okay.
interesting. You know, the premise is like these two human parents with their two mutant kids. You
For
know,
sure, yeah.
and it's very much just like, oh, my kids are gay. Like, what do we do? You know, like,
yeah.
you know. So I enjoyed that. I only saw the
Yeah.
beginning, and then we watched part of the Inhumans.
Yes.
Episode
I
1.
still
Oh my
cannot get
God.
through the first 2 hours. I've watched it in like
20
3
minutes
times.
of it. I watched 20 minutes of it.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was
Wow.
bad.
Yeah.
Whoo! Like
I haven't
immediately
watched it.
terrible.
Yeah.
Immediately like
So
the
bad.
worst.
I'm just so glad I like dodged it.
Oh yeah.
The worst
Oh
thing.
man.
The worst thing.
Heavens.
I should
I've never
watch
seen
it.
anything so bad. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding
It's like,
around.
how is this possible?
Yeah.
I just
It's so
realized
bad.
I have another highlight. I watched Zombies the
Oh.
other day.
What is it?
Zombies on Netflix.
Zombies.
It's
I've never
about
heard
a
of it.
zoo where the animals become zombies. It's on Netflix.
Zombies.
See it. Zombies. It's so.
It's a movie or a show?
It's a movie.
It's a movie, and listen to this. It has a Flash game on its website.
Oh.
That's like the
Big
perfect
stuff.
bad,
Sorry, Mark.
perfect
Big
bad
stuff.
movie.
It's excellent.
It's so good. Good bad movie.
Sick.
But yeah, Blade Runner 2049, Mother, worth the watch.
Good stuff.
Zombies.
That theater
Zombies.
experience, you know, that's
Oh,
what I really
yeah.
want to drive home with Mother
Dude.
and Blade Runner is like so many people these days saying theater is dead, you know, cinema's
yeah.
dead, cinema's going down to subscription, Netflix, TV shows are the best. You know, TV shows, obviously, we're in the golden age right now, but the
Yeah.
theater vibe of seeing both of those was
Yeah,
Unmatched.
next level.
And I think that comes from the thing that filmmakers now know that they need to bring the cinematic back to movies in order
Yeah.
to get people to not do Netflix. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
it has to look big. It has to sound like you discussed earlier about sound design. Like it's so important now because that's what attracts people,
Yeah.
not just a good
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I've
halfway through the
noticed
movie, Ian, I thought to myself, I thought of you, and I was like, I wonder if he thought the same thing. This movie could be louder than John Wick 2.
Oh, I thought immediately. I thought the same thing. I thought of you. Too.
I thought of you,
I was like, this is John Wick 2 level of loud. But like
So
the
loud.
funny
Yeah.
thing is like it's just the music track. Like
Yeah.
all of a sudden, so many synths will happen to you. I don't know if I've told this anecdote before, but like when the movie started, I love synths. But when the movie started, it has just a shot of that eyeball, and then like just this wall of synth hits you.
Yeah.
I almost started crying, like legitimately. I was just like, oh my god,
we
you
go.
know, I'm excited about Blade Runner, but also just synths. Oof,
Would you like to stare at your synths?
I do. I look at my synths from time to time. I've been thinking about the
Just
Teenage
stare at 'em.
Engineering OP1 almost constantly for 3 weeks.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah,
Me
it's
either.
it's a little synth.
It's a
Costs
synth.
$1,000.
How much?
1,000.
1,000. Jeez.
Anyway,
Big purchase.
all right. So, horror, dread, suspicion, forces beyond our control.
Spooky, spooky.
From arrival at a train at the station by the Lumiere brothers when people like thought the train was gonna hit them.
Yeah.
To
Fantastic.
freaks to chapter 35 of Friday the 13th. Horror has had a long and storied cinematic history, and we're here to just kind of dish.
Kind of dish
We're just
about
gonna
it.
dish about it.
Excellent,
It's
bro.
Zombie-lievable.
Oh.
Did it.
And yeah, I mean, I got called out in the comments about this. You know, No Country for Old Men is not a horror movie. Blood Simple would probably have been a little more horrific, but like, if you think about it, you know, the Coen brothers don't exactly do horror. They do existential dread
Yeah.
Yeah.
in almost all of their movies.
It's a thriller.
And, you know, I had to tie last month's to this month's podcast somehow.
Why not?
Why not? Why not go
just,
with maybe my, you know,
double dip on the Coens?
opinion
Never
of
go
the
wrong.
best film, one of the best films ever made. Like,
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men. Nearly, basically perfect.
Pretty much.
As perfect as human beings may be capable of achieving.
Pretty much.
cinematically.
The Bloodborne Witcher year of
Oh, yeah.
you know, that and There Will Be Blood. Is it Bloodborne and Witcher?
2007.
Yep.
Out of control. Anyway,
Out of control.
yeah, but, you know, whatever. Horror movies.
Yeah.
Um,
You're writing it. You're throwing it in there.
we're throwing it in there.
Yeah. So
great.
be it.
It's linked.
Yeah.
There you go. It's done. We're fine.
He's kind of like a Jason Voorhees killer.
Yeah.
You know?
Anton Chigurh, he's like the bubonic plague.
He's a monster.
Yeah. Yeah.
What's happening?
Anyway,
I'd buy it. I'd buy
I buy it. I bought it from the start.
Yeah.
I'd buy that for $1. Anyways, so the first question that I asked in our discussion topic, which is available to patrons of the $7 or more tier.
Oh my god.
To start it off, I asked, are horror films all metaphors, or sometimes is a kill just a kill?
Depends
Because
on the
Huber
genre.
likes intimate kills.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends
I
on
like
the
those
genre.
too.
What do you mean?
I think that different genres mean different things in different horror there are certain genres or certain type of horror movies that are a reflection of what happens in society at the time, and after 9/11 there were this big wave of zombie related movies, and then in the 50s with nuclear war there were all the big monster movies. Like there are certain genres reflect what's happening, and like now we see all these home invasion movies and The Purge, and it's all politics. So I think it varies, but then you have very gory movies where it's just for the fun of it. I feel like
shock.
Yeah, it's shock value. It's like we want the person to be tense and to get that good tense feeling that horror sometimes provides. Yeah. So I think it depends. Sometimes, or like Rob Zombie's movies, which are all it's entertaining, it's fun, it's silly. It's making fun of the excessive type of gore. So I think it depends on the genre really. But there can either be a lot of things to see in it, or it can be let's just have fun, like Dead Snow, just Nazi zombies. Yeah. Let's just have fun with it, Yeah,
anytime you got Nazi zombies, it's probably just like, hey, we're just killing some zombie Nazis.
Probably going to be more of those now.
Yeah, maybe.
But Dead Zombies did it first. Norway did it first. I just want to put that
Wasn't Dead Snow Norwegian?
Yep.
Oh, you mean Dead Snow did it first?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Technically there was a movie in like the 60s, but we just forget about that one. Yeah.
Technicality.
Stephen C.T. had a good comment that I thought I could chuck in here. Just as being afraid runs the gamut of surprise and worry to complete terror and existential dread, horror films are able to cover a wide swath of complex emotions that we actively try to avoid in the real world. Truly great horror is able to combine these primal feelings with deep characters and intellectual stories that allow us to experience horrific events like physical or emotional brutality or extreme mental illness in a visceral but safe manner. Sometimes, too, the more realistic a horror movie strives to be, the deeper a level of fear and discomfort it can potentially induce. Think Green Room or Silence of the Lambs or Psycho. Are made all the more terrifying not because of some unknown or supernatural force, but because the events depicted have the potential to actually happen in reality. I like that because it basically says like the main thing of like the question of that I probably should have asked is why do people like horror? Is it because we can experience the fear of death in a safe way? Get that primal jolt.
I like to be freaked out.
Yeah.
I like the release.
Just during the movie or all the time?
I gotta prepare, The horror movies are really the only time when I go to the movie theater nervous.
Yeah.
It's the only genre, and that nervous tension. And, I love seeing horror movies with an audience in a packed house, or you just I really like seeing horror movies, the midnight shows, or like right when they come out. Because you get those people that are on the same page, willing to drop their guard, willing to buy into anything that the movie's gonna throw at them. So I just love the nervous tension, and
that makes me feel seen.
Oh,
coffee or Coca-Cola down. That makes me feel seen, Huber, because I didn't know you got scared.
Oh my gosh, I get so nervous.
You got so nervous you spilled my Coke.
I freak out.
My God. Look what happened to my notes.
Your notes are very throwing me back to college.
See, this is what I did in
history
class.
Outstanding.
In history class, I made all the horror genres. I made a little chart.
Dude.
I know.
Slasher, there we go.
Yeah, that's the best one. And I categorized them all into like the different undergenres and everything.
So good.
I'm a nerd and I like it. It's fun.
Paranormal.
And I added that one because the one thing I forgot. Yeah. I think there are
horror.
There are 5 genres, in my opinion, of horror.
You forgot one very important one.
Which one?
Body horror.
That's
put it right
exactly
here.
what I said.
Boom.
I put it under splatter. Put it under splatter.
All right, sure.
Yeah.
That works.
Speaking of body horror, Samuel Cardwell mentioned Alien and The Fly. I actually overlooked body horror as well when I was writing the prompt. Body horror, stuff like Cronenberg, is an amazing metaphorical tool. Because, I mean, what's scarier than your own body turning against you?
Yes.
And you can use it as an analog for coming of age, pregnancy, dying, STDs. Illness, STDs.
Do you guys think that, like, the Human Centipede would be part of that, too?
Oh, yeah.
Some body horror.
I mean, that's like also kind of an exploitative whatever whatever Hostel is, like that kind of like shock horror.
The first Human
I put that in
Centipede
torture horror for sure.
Torture porn, yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted that movie out of my mind when I saw it.
I'm gonna hit this again.
It's like, get out of here.
Because it's behind the mic, I can't
Oh,
see it.
okay.
That's what happened.
No, and I mean, that goes back to, like, with body horror, too, like, what we were talking about, like, why people watch horror.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for me, it's a very psychological experience, and, like, it's sort of that primal human experience of wanting, or, like, the instinct of, I want to learn how to survive through the experiences I have and others. Like, when you watch a horror movie, often you think, well, I would have done that, and I would have survived.
Go left.
Yeah, and like by the end of it, you're like, I would have survived that because I just do this and this and this. So it's like you're like challenging yourself to not just experience it but survive it. I feel like that's me, at least when I go into horror. I'm like, well, I would have managed to do that. Like I automatically think those things without even realizing. You know, like watching Scream, I'm like, don't go there, don't do this. What are you doing? And like, oh, that ghost, I just run away. Like you keep thinking all the things, and
Morgan Mahala challenged us to think of 3 character names from the Scream movie.
Casey, Dewey, and Sydney.
Okay, there you go. All right. I was like, Courtney Cox, Drew Barrymore.
Cotton Weary.
Yeah.
I really like Scream. What do you mean the point of being like
It's like they're not like
because they're not characters.
Out. Yeah, right.
Well, I like Scream a lot. But
Scream is a 10 out of 10.
I like Scream is good. The Faculty.
Love The
Talk
Faculty.
about The Faculty. Like Faculty is hilarious and good.
It's the best.
Josh Hartnett will forever remind me of pulling a paper cutter off of every time I see a paper cutter for the rest of my life.
Breaks it off.
The Faculty.
Weapon. Yeah, man, that movie's
so
hilarious. I love it. That movie's got a lot of jump scares in it.
Yeah.
Let's talk about jump scares, because I hate jump scares.
Yeah, you do.
I'm a scaredy cat, but I love like cosmic horror and madness horror, things like The Ninth Gate, where you're like slowly making the choice to descend, or like anything like that. Mother, to a certain extent. Like, I like that kind of stuff. I just get annoyed with jump scares.
For sure.
But I know you like them. You like them, right?
I'm cool with them in moderation, you know. I don't need some ridiculous, like I think of What Lies Beneath.
Oh, yeah.
With Harrison Ford, where there's like 45.
There's like 1,000 of
It's
them.
like, stop. You know,
anytime anyone goes by a mirror or water.
The
Especially
medicine
in that
cabinet,
movie. Oh,
come on.
God, like every time.
Anytime anyone opens up a medicine cabinet, I'm freaking out.
You're like,
but I love those moments too, when you think it's coming or when you even know it's coming.
Right.
And just that feeling, you know, I always bring my hooded sweatshirt in and I just get behind, freaking out. But then when they have the restraint to fake you out.
Right.
And then just, you know, not even the fake out, and then get you.
Right.
Just this fake, no.
We're not doing the fake out, but also the jump scares, they're so well done that even when you know they're coming, they still get you. I think of the dumpster guy from Mulholland Drive. I think of the top of the stairs from Psycho, the original Psycho, not the weird remake. It's just something about the timing. You're like waiting for it the whole time, and it still catches you off guard.
That's because they're following the recipe.
Sophia's formulated a recipe.
I have a theory. I remember
Tell us your recipe.
I talked with I forget his name, some Norwegian film director about it. Like first of all, you can't use a lot of jump scares because that ruins the effect of them. But I think there are 3 ingredients to it. Like the first thing is you show the audience something normal, but obviously it's okay. Let's say it's a haunted doll. Okay, that's always like person's in a room. You show the audience the doll, everything's, it's not normal, something's gonna happen. But to you and the character, it's a normal thing. And then you make that normal thing do something extraordinary. You make it disappear, you make it move. So you're like on edge. You're like, okay, now something happened. But it's still or it's disappeared, so you start looking or whatever. And that second one is like how far you push it. The further you push it, the more on edge people will be. And then you have like, not just a fake one, but like, okay, I'm gonna look in the closet, open the door, nothing there. Maybe they go lay in bed, and they turn around, nothing there. So you're still like, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
It's coming.
And then they turn the other way around, and that's when they're there. And that's, I think, is a good jump scare. Just, I think, a lot of the new horror movies jump over those 2, setting them up. So they just do the mirror, or they just do like it skips us knowing it. And like, I was thinking about this yesterday. Like, one of my favorite jump scares is from Lord of the Rings. with Bilbo.
Oh yeah, when his face.
Yeah.
goes
Oh
gnarly,
my
'cause that
gosh.
Because you
is-
just do not see it coming.
Because
oh,
you've
man.
you see him, and it also like
And he's
the jump
acting
scare.
kind of freaky.
Yeah, and then the jump scare tells you something about his character. It explains,
Yeah.
why he is like this. So it's a jump scare with intention, I think. Am I moving?
Just get a little closer.
Freaks
to the
me
mic.
right out.
Yeah, and I think that's such a good an example, I guess, of using the jump scare, and you gotta show people it. You gotta have a relationship with the thing that's gonna do something to make you jump.
Well, and it's motivated because that's the thing that gets me with jump scares a lot, is that I end up just getting angry, irritated,
Yeah.
because they're senseless. They don't serve any purpose. Whereas that jump scare, and specifically from Lord of the Rings, is we're feeling as afraid of Bilbo as Frodo is in that moment, because of that. It pulls us in. It's experiential.
And the Strangers,
Oh
one
boy.
of the freakiest movies ever,
Oh, man.
gives the jump scares when they bang on the door.
Yeah.
Gives context to how quiet things are, how how intense it is that someone is coming or knocking on the door. It's giving space to the house,
Right.
which
Yeah.
is really valuable.
Outside the window, a constant fear. Growing up, my growing up home had a lot of windows, and it was always a fear that this one of these days
Someone's watching.
someone's gonna be out
Yeah.
there. Oh boy.
Oh, it's freaky.
And that's the most scary, I think, of all the evils and all the genres, is the one where it's it's so evil you're not gonna see it. Like Blair Witch. It's like the ultimate evil. We're never gonna see it. We're never gonna be able to. But we know that they are seeing us, or they are seeing
Right.
the characters. So they are running away and doing all this.
That's the kind of horror
Things.
for me that gets its claws in and doesn't let go. Is the things that ghosts or whatever, where it's this is beyond my comprehension, and even if I were in that situation, there's pretty much nothing I could do to stop it.
Yeah.
There's no
The demons are
recourse.
getting you.
Right.
You're going down.
Demons, though, have rules. It's you just get a priest or whatever.
Yeah, you got to get a
Yeah.
priest.
Sprinkle some holy water and you're fine.
Call
Ghosts are
Constantine.
just what are you going to do? Nothing? Okay. Aliens, you're all right, you're just going to kill me?
Yeah.
Water.
What?
If you're from science,
Oh, right, you just
pour
sprinkle
some
some
water,
water on.
you're fine.
Yeah, wrong planet,
Love
moron.
science.
The weird thing, too, is serial killer movies, even though those should be the scariest.
To me, they're the scariest.
Because they
I
could
think
happen.
too.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But
live
while
in
I'm
Los
watching
Angeles.
them, they don't scare me as much. I'm terrified of that happening in real life,
Yeah.
you know?
I mean, we live in LA. You're not
yeah.
freaked. Someone's going to just
Oh,
kick
I'm
down your
terrified
door.
all the time.
Sarah Connor.
I'm afraid that future robots are going to come and shoot me 3 times, yeah.
Shoots like 9 times.
I'm just lost for words. I don't know if I'm at all. I was gonna say, yeah, I think slashers are scary too, but I think I think I wrote down the redneck type slasher, where Hills Have Eyes or The Devil's Rejects, where you're in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I love those, but I
Breakdown.
hate the fact that they're always these tropes. They're so cliche. My phone isn't working. Oh, we're just gonna stay put and wait for the police. And the police
Yeah.
in horror movies, police are always useless.
Or they're in on it.
Yeah, they're
Right.
just not doing, or people are just not calling them. They're like, I'm gonna call my boyfriend. It's okay, well, call the police, or
Yeah.
I love a lot of horror movies in the slasher genre, but they're just fun. I feel mostly they're
Yeah,
mostly just
exactly.
fun. It's a good time,
Jason Voorhees is an artist. I enjoy watching him work.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
basically as simple as it is.
I think he's killed. He's
The most. He's number one.
Yeah, it's over 100, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Over 100 on-screen kills.
Yep.
Jason Voorhees?
And
Yeah.
very, very
Wait, not counting the first one, though?
not counting
Because
number
it's
one.
not him.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think.
And he has
okay.
very few repeat kills as well. He's a man of variety.
Oh,
I like
he
that.
doesn't do the same.
Yeah.
That's good. Let's talk about The Thing.
Let's. I like John
'Cause-
Carpenter.
I love John Carpenter, and we'll just use this as kind of a jumping off point for discussing specifics. But The Thing is one of my favorite movies, just at all, but one of my favorite horror movies, because it's got it all, except of course for women. But
That's true. It's got Norwegians in it too.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has one of my favorite just film tropes of starting at the end of a previous adventure.
Mm-hmm.
That's a
these
great one.
Norwegian guys in their helicopter trying to shoot a dog. You're like, what
Yeah.
are these guys up
By the
to?
way-
Yeah.
It might just have been
yeah.
me, but that when he talked Norwegian, I was like, where the hell are you from?
Oh yeah.
Where in Norway?
Sophia's Norwegian. By
Yeah,
the
I'm
way.
Norwegian. It sounded really weird to me, but
Why? Was it wrong?
No. He said the words right, but his dialect was very. I don't know if it was an actor learning Norwegian or maybe like a Swedish or Danish person.
What did he? Do you remember what he said?
No, it was. I don't remember, but it was like he's not a dog or something.
Oh, it's not a dog.
It's
Yeah,
not a dog.
something like that.
It's
And
not a dog.
it was just
It's
like
not a dog.
I had a hard time hearing what he said, you know? And like I was like I should be able to just hear and be like, yeah, that's what he said.
They gotta mix those synths down a little bit.
Yeah, Carpenter, you know.
Carpenter, cool it off.
Cool it off.
You're in the Antarctic. Cool it off. But yeah, man, this movie's like paced well. It's got a simple, direct concept.
It's got
Yeah.
Kurt Russell.
It's got Kurt Russell.
His hair,
His hair.
beautiful,
So good.
especially considering the climate that it managed to stay that beautiful.
Yeah, it's Kurt Russell. He's
Give me your
lion's
secret.
mane.
Well, he's
I
all
bet-
covered in ice half the time too.
He probably uses papaya in his hair. I heard that's the thing.
The ice probably locks in the moisture. Even though
So
it doesn't
moist.
do that.
We're ready for a new thing, you know, not that reboot that happened a little while ago. We need,
No.
you know, they keep
Which could have been
sequelizing.
cool because they switched at the last minute from practical effects to CG for some
Yeah.
reason. I never saw it.
They're
but-
they're sequelizing, you know, Predator and all these movies and
mean, that's-
Terminator. Let's get Kurt Russell back in action.
yeah.
You know?
I think I think the reason it aged so well is because of the practical effects like
Yep.
that. I love that. That's why I like the Evil Dead remake.
Oh my gosh!
Because
yeah.
it was all practical effects pretty much.
Yeah.
They
couldn't-
used like
I couldn't
tons
even
and tons of blood.
Consider going to see that.
The
Oh, it was
remake
scary.
was good.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
so scary.
Good remake.
yeah.
God, I was horrified. But yeah, it was because it dodged that whole trope of like we're stuck in the cabin because they had
Yeah.
a reason to be there, which
Yep.
was great. And also like it was a tribute more than just like we're just gonna steal everything.
Totally.
Just do it. Perfect
fantastic.
remake.
Chainsaw. Chainsaw in the mouth.
Whoa.
That's all I gotta say. Spoilers.
Not a comedy though.
10 out of 10.
Like Drag Me to Hell, I got like a stomach ache because of all the jump scares and stuff. I was
Yep.
just like,
Yeah.
PG-13, you're at way more risk
Oh,
for
yeah.
jump scares.
Yeah, yeah,
They
yeah.
love them.
because they can't actually show anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Is
good
that-
PG horror movie though is great.
PG. A
Yeah.
PG horror
Poltergeists might
Sure.
be PG,
I
right?
think Poltergeist is
Oh.
PG. Things like that aren't necessarily straight horror.
Yeah.
Hocus Pocus.
movie? Yeah.
Ernest Scared Stupid. We actually have a comment about Ernest Scared Stupid that just like
Freaked me right
was
out.
The Ring?
shares.
How,
The Ring, I think,
The
is
Ring was
PG-13.
PG-13.
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Brittany Fuller mentioned Ernest Scared Stupid and
Nice.
said, I think by all accounts, most people would consider more comedy than horror, but this is one of the few movies that actually terrified me, even if I was a child at the time.
Yeah.
I slept with my back pressed against the wall for years after seeing that
Whoa.
movie because of the troll in the bed. Yeah, it's... Oh, man, that movie.
Freaked me out as a kid, definitely.
That
Yeah.
was me in The Grudge. I tucked myself in like a cocoon after like the girl came out of the bed.
Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna like this and then check everything.
Yep.
Just like a sleeping bag. Like, nobody's gonna climb up here.
Well, that's why I think stuff like Nightmare on Elm Street is so insidious, because...
Ah.
I mean, the best horror movies, right? They take something that you have to do or that you like to do, and then they ruin it for you.
Yeah.
Like Nightmare on Elm Street is like, you can't sleep.
Yeah. Stay awake.
And yeah, I think
It's just like, whoa.
and that's why they use a lot of the red days. Like I think that's the term. Like
Red days?
or like not red days. What is it called?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm talking about like Christmas and Valentine's Day
Oh,
and someone's
okay.
birthday.
Holidays.
Yeah, it's always like a special day. Halloween. It's
Yeah.
always like
Right.
you recognize those days. You know what you're doing those days.
Friday
And
the
obviously,
13th.
yeah, obviously, like in some of the cases, I would do that on that day. You know,
Right.
what's that even called? Red Letter Day.
Oh. Yeah.
Mm.
Uh-huh.
Got there in the end.
Yeah, I was like, Red Days? What is this?
Yo,
I like it.
speaking of, real quick, speaking of John Carpenter,
Uh-huh.
he's scoring the new Halloween coming out.
Woo.
He's on board. And
He's playing a concert live in LA on Halloween.
oh, you have to go. You have to go.
I can't.
Ah,
It's Halloween. You gotta dress up and go to a party on Halloween.
Yeah,
That's what you do.
but Ian loves John Carpenter
I do.
more than most.
And I like his Lost Themes 1. Lost Themes 2 was okay. Lost Themes 1 was better.
I don't know what that is.
That's his album of music.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard it.
Does he
Ooh,
have
listen to it.
found themes?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
That's
yeah?
the third one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They're all, like, just really nice.
Yeah.
Very happy.
Yeah, I bet.
Uh-huh. What were you talking about?
Halloween. The new one. It's
right,
going to be a
sorry.
direct sequel to Halloween 1.
Oh, yeah.
Disregarding all the other ones.
Whoa.
Jamie Lee Curtis back.
Yeah.
John Carpenter doing the music.
Is it another one of those things where it's like real time, like 30, 40 years later or whatever?
I think so.
I guess it would have to be.
Yeah.
That's
Brutal.
cool.
Yep.
Jamie Lee.
Yeah, I think it's going to be cool.
Jamie Lee Curtis, by the way, seems like a cool person.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Married to Christopher Guest, if I'm remembering correctly.
I don't know who
He
that
was a
is.
pioneer of the mockumentary form.
Ah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Mockumentaries.
Dude, we should do an episode on mockumentaries.
Yeah.
Oh, I love mockumentaries.
They're funny.
Me too.
Me too. That's
Oh.
some comedy I can get behind.
All right. All right. We'll chalk that one in there.
Yeah.
I don't know,
Chalked.
January or December or something.
So
We could
good.
skip Christmas. We'll just do mockumentaries instead.
Christmas movies are blah.
Yeah.
We all know them.
Die Hard and Lethal Weapon, though.
Yeah. That we do like
but
that,
like-
that
yeah,
kind
but that's
of
like-
thing.
then
We
you're
just talk
done.
about Die Hard the whole time.
Yeah, it's like Die Hard, Lethal Weapon. We don't want to talk about the rest.
Like Christmas Story, everyone loves it.
I don't
Growing
like
up, everyone was like, "I love Christmas Story." That movie always made me so depressed.
It's a Wonderful Life, though.
Also sad.
Jimmy Stewart, like, top 3 all-time favorite actors.
It's a Wonderful Life is like Home Alone though, where like the thing you remember as being most of the, for me at least, the thing I remembered as being most of the movie, the part where he like went back in time and saw his life without him in it.
Yeah.
I thought that was like the bulk of the movie.
Yes.
When it's like 4 minutes at the end.
Yeah.
Like the traps part in Home Alone lasts like 3 minutes.
Really?
It's like
It's
not
super
3.
short.
It's probably like 6.
Whoa.
Yeah. I mean that's a short movie, but
Okay.
like it's like less than 10% of the film.
But it's
I would
such
say.
a cute movie.
It is a cute
I
movie.
love it, but
When
yeah.
that song comes on in the end in Home Alone, that's a Christmas movie. Oh man.
How many
They should
Home
do
Alones
Turtle
are
Doves.
now?
There are 3, right?
There are
I think
3.
they're 4.
4?
There might have been another.
They
like,
should do
straight-to-video
another one
or
during
something.
Halloween.
Whoa.
Untapped potential right there.
Whoa.
And then there's actually like a serial killer trying to kill this little kid.
Whoa.
That's
Home
real
Alone,
dark.
Rated R.
Oh.
Rated R.
Home
And the kid puts
Alone.
up this really.
Jesus, my
And the-
knife goes through
And
it.
the killer played by Macaulay Culkin.
Oh, I'm so
The most
on board.
meta movie, dude. Oh my gosh.
As Kevin McAllister.
This would be amazing.
Yeah, he got like problems. since
Yeah,
the-
it like
since my parents
messed
left
his
me.
life
I'm
up.
not even kidding.
Well,
into
because
this.
he's like I killed that man with that paint, with that bucket of paint on
He
the
didn't
stairs.
kill anyone,
I know,
but
but it
yeah.
would have
Yeah,
realistically.
for sure.
He would have killed those men.
I'm so into it.
oh
That'd be
boy,
so
I think
good.
Macaulay Culkin retired from acting or something.
I think
I
he's
saw,
done
like,
something
a-
recently, right? Some
Yeah.
web thing.
He looks really good now.
I saw a BuzzFeed about how he looks good now.
Yeah, he looks great now. I saw that same article.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yoga
we should
Pilates.
all just make this. Yeah.
Let's make it.
Somebody
he would
will-
do it. He'd be down.
I'm so
or
down.
somebody
call him
will
up.
play Macaulay Culkin playing.
Hi, I'm Macaulay Culkin. he just like
did
as
it.
himself. Star of Pagemaster. I love Pagemaster. I don't care what anybody says.
It's jolly.
Pagemaster. And there was a point and click adventure game of Pagemaster, not the like 2D side scrolling one, but a first person. I think it's
Whoa.
first person. Whatever. It's like an adventure game. Loved it. PC. Loved it. I should stream that. I should find that.
Do
and stream
that.
Morgan Mahala says, when it comes to horror, I like to distinguish between gore and terror. A film may be violent, gory, and full of death, but that alone is not something that frightens me. Luckily, we get both with The Thing. It's the primal things, such as paranoia and the unknown, that truly frighten and disturb long after the film has ended.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's in The Thing, you don't know who to trust. You don't know who's human. Our perspective is with MacReady the whole time.
Yep.
But like even toward the end there's that shift and you're not sure at the end.
Yeah, what's going on here?
I heard a thing that the filmmakers intentionally did something with the eye light. So anytime someone was the Thing, they either have or do not have an eye light.
Oh.
So like, but it's very subtle. But like if you go through, you can apparently tell by
Whoa.
that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. But I haven't seen it again since I heard that tidbit. So I
Keep me
haven't been able
posted.
to like look at the end or whatever who's a thing or
Yeah.
not a thing.
Yeah.
One of those
Pretty
guys
dope.
is definitely a thing.
100%.
Probably they're both.
They're replicants. They're things.
Yeah.
They're all.
Everybody's a replicant.
Everyone.
Everybody's a Cylon.
We talked about it like 2 times, but it reminds me of Scream.
Scream.
You don't know who's who.
Yeah.
Who's the
Well,
killer?
the
We
double.
don't know.
The double
Yeah.
Is that
Yeah, but you
one
did-
that has the double killer,
double.
or is that 2?
number 1.
Yeah.
Number 1 has that.
But that
Yep.
still has
Scream
the thing
3 is also good.
Even the
Is it?
newest one was like pretty
Really?
decent. Yeah.
Yeah. The
Elise
voice-
Williams,
yeah.
big fan of Scream. If I
Scream
recall.
is so good.
I love that the 4th one did not take so seriously.
Yeah.
That was the best part. It just made fun of itself.
Is that the one that got like really, really meta?
Yeah.
Whereas like Courtney Cox is like in it, or something?
Yeah.
Did that happen? Am I imagining that?
Courtney Cox is in Scream.
No, but like as Courtney Cox.
Oh no.
Did it pull a Ocean's 12?
I forget. I've only seen 4 and 5 like
okay,
once.
maybe I'm just
I don't think
inventing
she
that.
was. I don't know. Don't quote me on that.
Tim Beechin or Beacon,
Bacon.
who knows? Says I love the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
So do I.
I have no feelings about the Twilight Zone.
We gotta watch some Twilight Zone.
Nah.
So good. The show or the movie? Are we talking
The
about
show.
the show? The marathon is one of my favorite things to just sit and watch.
When is that? Like Thanksgiving?
It's usually Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh boy, that sounds wonderful.
It is wonderful. All day Twilight
That
Zone.
is a cozy show.
It is so cozy and so disturbing and so freaky at the same time.
It hangs on.
Yeah.
As
Well, it's so great. Sorry, it's so great just seeing. Like, I love the episodes that are just you can totally tell that they're filmed in the 50s or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just seeing that 50s life.
Uh-huh.
Just love watching old movies. It takes me back.
What's up?
No, I just say I can watch it if there's no Overwatch season event. I don't have time. Have you seen the new skins?
They're good.
They're good.
Tim continues.
Pay to skin.
Every episode had an amazing plot twist, which always kept you guessing and thinking about it. A great example is The Howling Man, where a traveler comes to a monastery and they are keeping a prisoner which they believe is the devil. But the audience and the traveler don't know if he is or is not the devil until the end. He seems really convincing, and that he's just wrongly being held by crazy monks, but they also seem legit as well. That's one of the like famous ones. And the monsters are coming to Maple Street or whatever.
So many good ones.
Oh man, there are a lot of good ones.
When I was watching Mother, because I didn't know anything about it going in, a third of the way through, I was like, man, this is kind of giving me like Twilight Zone vibes.
Yeah.
Like some dude writing things, it's happening. Like I
Yeah.
was getting Twilight Zone vibes from Mother.
Yeah.
That's
It's
all.
based on a famous Twilight Zone script called the Bible. JK.
You're out of control.
Out of control. Let's talk about tropes.
Oh.
Let's talk about
I
the final
love-
girl or sex being a one-way ticket to Stabby Town.
Phones don't work.
Phones don't work.
Always bad weather. People are always really, really clumsy. And yeah, police can't do anything.
Can't be trusted.
Yeah, nobody.
The stoner is always getting killed in like right around the middle,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but
And you're-
usually knows what's up. The stoner.
He's usually-
Something's going on.
He's been
man!
saying it the whole time.
Yeah.
Shaggy.
Smart.
Shaggy was right all along. It was the old man by the river.
And then always like people are trapped somewhere, but then they got to split up.
Right.
It's like we're stuck in this little place, in this little cabin, but let's just stay in separate rooms. And
You
it's
should
like,
never
yeah.
ever go up or downstairs.
Yeah, that's true.
Stay on the first floor.
I also like how people
Get out of the house.
they like barricade things real bad if something's going after you. Like I put this chair in front of this thing, and it's like no, this people cannot do it.
Big
The
Lebowski.
new Annabelle was actually really good, except there was one huge annoying part that I was offended by.
Uh-huh.
They're like staying at the house. This guy gets brutally murdered. Like hands bent all the way back. Like clearly some demonic stuff went down.
That's cool.
And it like cuts to the ambulance, so it's like dead, hard cut, ambulance taking the body away. And then the like caretaker with all the girls just like, all right, like, let's go back to bed now, you know.
It's like,
What?
no. Go to the Motel
Leave!
6.
Yeah.
Leave now!
Yeah. Clearly the thing is not explained what just happened.
They often feel like they can't leave. Oh, also, I guess the thing that's very a trope is the Kubrick stare.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, like someone just staring and it's like, oh, I'm so evil. Like I love it. It's it's Clockwork Orange or Psycho.
Yeah.
Like it's a very or The Shining. You know, it
It's my
works.
number one.
It works, but I think sometimes it's just kind of like in the newer movies. It's just like, well, haha, I'm evil.
What I love about The Shining specifically is the timing is just so well done because
Yeah.
things hold on for so long on someone staring at something that you are, even if you've seen the movie, you're like terrified they're going to cut to whatever this guy's looking at.
Yeah.
You know, and they don't. But like, oh man.
That's you creating your own suspense.
Right.
And that's a good horror movie when they're not really doing anything. You're in your head creating whatever's going to happen or not happen. And yeah, I agree. Like when stuff don't happen, that's like great because you're
Yeah.
like so on edge.
Yep.
You're just waiting for it.
Keeps that tension.
Yeah.
Did either of you see It Follows?
Yeah.
I saw
haven't seen
half
it.
of it.
You haven't seen it?
No, I've been too afraid.
Whoa,
You don't have to be afraid of it.
You guys
I heard it's scary.
It's fine. No.
Someone
wouldn't say.
described the premise to me, and I was afraid to walk home.
No,
It's freaky.
it's freaky,
unsettling.
but
It's
it's not.
unsettling.
Yeah, but it's not. It's not. I would say it's more like Shining scary. Do you agree? It's like it's unsettling.
It's just like that tension. Yeah.
You decide how scary it's gonna be because you create all the.
Some intense stuff.
Yeah, there is some really. But it's yeah. I need to finish that one.
Do you
I
think?
did not. Yeah.
Do you think that the tropes are there to enforce a moral message of some kind?
Definitely in like the slasher era of the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Though apparently in Friday the 13th, when they invented the "don't have sex as teenagers or you'll get murdered" thing,
Yeah.
they just thought they weren't trying to say any morals. They were just like, what would
That's
teens
funny.
be doing that would keep them distracted from not hearing
Isn't
this?
that interesting?
Like that's all it was, and then it
That's-
became this trope.
Yeah, God, that's so interesting. I
Yeah.
think of Bob Dylan music, everyone putting their own interpretation on all of his stuff, and he's just like, I'm just writing, man. It
Right.
doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean this. It doesn't mean anything. I'm just writing the music.
Yeah.
You're putting what you want onto it. Oh, that's
Which
so
I like.
interesting.
I like it when people put their own, that's the whole point.
I love creators. I
of
love
hashtag capital art.
being in a creator's mind.
Yeah.
Wait, what was the question?
I don't know. You want to talk about, speaking of tropes, something that subverts and uses tropes a lot are comedy horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Cabin in the Woods, Shaun of the Dead, Tucker and Dale versus Evil. I like comedy horror.
I love Get Out.
Get Out.
That's a comedy horror. It's a great
Kinda.
one.
I was not laughing.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, like
It has.
technically,
I would call that a horror.
yeah, but it's like
There's
There's
comedic
actually,
elements.
TSA
Yeah.
guy.
Comedic
10 out of
elements.
10.
It ends
okay.
on a
you know,
joke.
it's
TSA guy.
it's listed. It's listed, and I think that's because
Yeah.
it's making a satirical argument, and I think that's sort of the black comedy thing of like, yeah, sometimes I think certain slashers too, even though like Scream 4, that's a horror comedy. Like,
Black
it's-
comedy is in dark comedy.
yes,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I just like the Scream 4 is like it's making fun of itself. Sometimes it's, and that's the thing. If horror movies are just intended to entertain,
Yeah.
don't take yourself too seriously. Just have fun with it.
Yeah.
And but I think like Shaun of the Dead, it's a horror comedy because it has the horror. It's generally a comedy, but it has the the gory,
That's a comedy
splattery
horror.
zombie. It's great. It's the best one, I think. Shaun of the Dead.
I
for
really
sure.
like that one.
Yeah.
One of Quentin Tarantino's favorite movies.
Really?
Yes.
Nice.
Which is really cool, and I like that.
Tarantino.
Hey man, Edgar Wright does good stuff.
Ah, he's the best.
Baby Dravier.
Baby Dravier.
Baby Dravier.
I like that movie.
So comedy doesn't prevent them from having horror in them though, like scary moments.
No.
Dominic Barlow brought up a kind of a deep cut, an early Nicolas Cage film called Vampire's Kiss, which is basically just about Nicolas Cage thinking he's becoming a vampire and slowly going crazy.
Is that the one when he runs through the
He's
gate?
running down
I'm
the
a
street.
vampire!
I'm a vampire.
I've only seen that
My sister and I do that all the time. We say that all the time. He has like a full-on like psychoanalysis session with the side of a building because he
This is
thinks it's
weird.
his therapist.
I need to
That movie's
watch
out of
this.
control. I love it.
Whoa. Never
But
even heard of it.
It does a lot about like madness and like questioning your own sanity and stuff and your place in reality. And that one has a lot, like Nicolas Cage's character is kind of a bad dude, but that movie is
Yeah.
pretty bonkers. And again, Brittany Fuller brought up Ernest Scared Stupid, and she adds that I would say that comedic horror can absolutely be considered part of the horror genre. It might not scare everyone, but I'm sure a good portion of the audience are solely watching for the comedy. But I think it can be said of a lot of horror films that a good portion of the audience isn't trying just to be scared.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be entertained.
Yeah, I think comedy horror is just an undergenre. It's a subgenre of horror.
Yeah.
Because it's its own thing. It's taking the elements that can be used for scares, but it's turning it into, satire. Fun.
Everyone's having a good time.
Yeah. It's
Why-
sometimes blood and gore is fun.
Why do you think there aren't more good H.P. Lovecraft movies? There's Reanimator. There's Mountains of Madness or At the Mouth of Madness, which I have not seen, the Sam Neill one. I heard that's like the best one of the Lovecraft ones. I haven't seen it yet. But it seems like it would be, I mean, obviously we all want Guillermo to make Mountains of Madness, but like,
Well, when you give a filmmaker $150 million to make an R-rated movie and it comes out phenomenal like Blade Runner 2049 but makes no money,
Right.
it does not help.
Blade Runner
the cause.
2049's got legs, though.
Hopefully.
I hope.
Hopefully.
I've seen it twice.
People need to see it more. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta go help him out.
I know. That's
go
what I'm
see
saying.
it every night.
I know. Yeah, just go buy a ticket and don't even watch it.
Like Guillermo was gonna do it, but they wanted to do it PG-13, so he's like, no,
yeah.
can't do it
That
PG-13.
might be. I think that might be a problem in that a lot of movies have to do the PG-13 now. Mm-hmm. And like including like superhero movies. That's why Deadpool.
Yeah.
You know, that's an example of it can work. But I think like
Well,
Deadpool,
but
Logan.
because of Deadpool, do you think we're still in that age?
It's
because
getting better.
It's getting
for
better.
sure.
Yeah.
Because
I
of
think people aren't afraid of
Deadpool
R-rated
and
movies
Logan.
But I
anymore.
think it's the studios more so than people that
No.
are like we can't
Right.
promote this
Right.
to too many people. And now the recent years we have that history of movies like The Ring and stuff being PG-13,
Yeah.
which I completely disagree with.
Yeah.
Because I watched those movies and it was not good for me.
Right.
But you know, I just that's horror now. It's meant for marketing, and if they just went back to. I mean, all it takes is a couple of R-rated horror movies that do well in cinema. But
I think it's always going to be a risk, though. Even if some movies come out and make a crap ton of money, The Conjuring did so well.
I mean,
Obviously, they're
it is
making
one
more.
of the, it is
yeah.
the most
Exactly. Yeah.
highest grossing horror film of all time,
Yes.
right?
So.
And it's
Even-
R, isn't it?
Yes.
And it's a remake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
Crazy.
even with the success of it, I still think they have to look at,
It's got to take a couple more.
PG-13 mathematically, statistically is going to probably usually make more
Yeah.
money because more people are seeing it. And
I mean, I
more-
think also like it's like the exploitation films of the 70s where it's like you can make more focused films on a smaller budget, like Saw and all these horror movies.
Yeah.
Where you just kind of like puke them out for a couple mil and then make your money back hand over fist,
Yep.
Who knows? But I see that. I think that trend was declining over previous years as well.
And even it wasn't like super high budget. I'm thinking of just like Blade Runner style.
Oh yeah.
Mountains
Blade
of
Runner
Madness,
failing makes me
Guillermo.
nervous.
Like $100+ million R-rated horror movie.
Right. It makes me nervous. Like I want it to be doing better,
Yeah.
but
Sucks.
what are you gonna say?
Fun fact: The Thing was released the same day as the original Blade Runner.
Really?
That's why it didn't do well. Yeah,
Whoa. Yeah, The Thing was not well received at first.
and I think that So
Shame.
apparently, if I
Same
read
as The
correctly,
Shining,
that's why it didn't get a lot of. people
Isn't
to
it's
see.
funny? Kind of. I wonder if anyone's ever done like a study on that, like some kind of qualitative study where it's like movies that have the most staying power were not very well received in the moment.
Yeah.
Because like so often you hear that, like
So
Princess
often.
Bride, Fifth Element, The Thing, all these movies. Blade Runner, I think, even wasn't a smash hit at first.
Yeah.
Anchorman.
Anchorman.
What? It's true. It's true.
It's got legs.
Where it's it grows over time, and years later you're like, wow, yeah, this is actually genius. You
Yeah.
just don't see it in the moment.
Yeah.
But just touching back on madness a little bit, because I like madness, and I like bad decisions. I think of like Hellraiser, where it's like
Yeah.
you chose to mess with that box,
Yeah.
because you wanted power or whatever, and now the Cenobites are gonna rip your skin off forever. Sorry about
One
it.
of my favorite villains. Oh my god, so good.
Pinhead.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cenobites are crazy. I like the Cenobites too because they seem like they're neutral evil. Like they don't care. They're just doing their job.
Yeah.
And their job is to terrorize you forever. Yeah. It's weird because you can't. It's interesting. Although I think you can deal with Pinhead. I think somebody like makes a deal with him in one of them.
Right.
But see, now you're
There's
doing
like
the
8 of them.
thing.
There's
of,
there's too many.
You're trying to survive it
Right.
in your head. You're thinking, I could do this.
I mean, the thing you want to do is like, look, I'm sorry I touched that stupid box. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Leave me
Sorry.
alone, Pinhead. I'm
I don't-
sorry.
I
Here,
don't
here,
think
take
that
the
works.
box.
Yeah.
I didn't want this. I just picked up a box.
I've got no quarrel with you.
I have
What
no
if-
quarrel with you.
What if you give him a hammer or like the back of a hammer so you can take him out?
Yeah.
Oh,
Help him
feels so
out.
much better.
He just got a skin condition.
I would be
Take
mad
those
too.
nails out.
Mad too. It's a
Everything's
pencil.
gonna be fine. Morgan Mahala brought up American Psycho and Requiem for a Dream as good examples of madness. Stephen CT brought up the anime film Perfect Blue.
I haven't
Wow, if you want to get depressed,
I'm
seen it. Oh, really?
scoot that one into your brain. Whew, that one will hang on.
I would say madness to me is battle royale, because
Oh.
the kids start out as normal, and then
And then they buy into it.
they get mad. They start doing it.
I saw a list. The AV Club did a like our top whatever, 35 or something sci-fi films since the original Blade Runner.
Yeah.
And I think it was 35 because that's how many years? Whatever.
What was number one?
What was number one? It was something kind of weird. I don't recall. But Battle Royale was on there.
Sci-fi?
As sci-fi. And I was going to say, would you consider that movie sci-fi?
I'd
I
say
mean, it is.
splatter.
It's got
I guess so.
horror,
I say splatter.
splatter.
Yeah.
Yeah, gore kind of.
I would say it's a classic one of those. Cause, yeah, I mean, you could argue it's slasher too because it's got killers in it. But I would, in my opinion, I would put it under splatter.
I think
too.
it's like... It's sci-fi. I see their argument in that it's set in like a dystopian future
Yeah.
and they have like weird sci-fi collars, but other than that,
Well, I mean, that's more like
Children of
apocalyptic,
Men.
right?
Right.
Post-apocalyptic movies is a genre of itself
yeah.
now. 'cause
Which
we got
I would
so
put
many.
under the sci-fi umbrella generally.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put it under
Although
horror.
Mad Max isn't sci-fi, that's more like fantasy.
It's post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
Sci-fi
right.
fantasy horror always kind of get
Yeah, it's a little murky.
tossed in with each other.
Yeah,
For me,
true.
like, I mean,
that's
for
the
me,
whole section in
Yeah.
the blockbuster.
sci-fi doesn't take place solely on Earth, or like it's either something's coming here to ruin, whatever, or we're going out. So saying
Blade Runner's on Earth.
yeah, but
But
it's still a
off-world
dystopian.
exists.
It's post-apocalyptic. It's a future, and there
True.
are people have been going to other planets. So it's, but I feel like Mad Max, like we're still here. Nothing's changed except for our world, and Battle Royale too. I feel like I would say, I guess it's apocalyptic. No, I wouldn't say that. I don't know. It's a good movie. This is one of my favorites.
Battle Royale.
It's so great. I love
Battle
that's the
Royale.
madness thing I love about it. Just seeing these kids go nuts.
Yeah, just like
It's just crazy.
buy
And-
into it.
Yeah, and you're sitting there and you're cheering them on, but you're not cheering them on, and it's like, and the dude who like does his like morning exercises, like like nothing's, I don't know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
And
I
then
love
there's
it.
that weird scene in the middle where he's just reading a letter, and you're like, "What is this? What letter is this? Where'd
yeah,
you
and
get
that's
this letter?"
exactly that's the,
happening.
I always saw one.
it's cool
Yeah.
because it's you don't expect it, and it puts you on edge. Why are you reading? We don't have time for this.
Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
time.
there's no time.
No time.
What is this? A flashback? Get out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of winding things down here a little bit. I've got a lengthy but good comment from Joseph Caruso. They said, for most horror movies, as important as the setting is to provide scenarios for the victims to feel vulnerable, I think perhaps even more important is a third party to either ground the horrifying situation in reality or further make victims feel isolated. When the protagonist is just feeling unease at strange sights and sounds that skew their preconceived notions of reality, both they and the audience start to question whether or not what they're experiencing is real. But the addition of a very normal third party is a terrifying reminder that this is the real world. For example, in Get Out, the protagonist, Chris, is witnessing some odd behavior, and then he calls his friend who offers some evidence that, oh, wait, this could actually be real. Like, you're maybe not, like, dreaming all this. They go on to say, on the other hand, when victims are faced with a very overt threat, a third party that could finally provide some aid will often deny help or straight up not believe the victims. The brief chances of relief only make us feel more hopeless and alone. I think we kind of mentioned on that earlier where, like, the cops aren't going to help you because they don't believe you. That kind of stuff,
Yeah.
where it, like, makes you feel even more helpless and trapped in your situation is very scary and, like, a very relatable feeling. I think that's when horror ultimately is at its strongest, is when you can relate.
Totally.
Isolation.
And-
People do logical things. You're like, I would have done that probably.
Yeah.
For me, the biggest thing is I need to care about a character.
Right.
I need to care about someone.
Yeah.
And most recent one, I saw Insidious 3 with Brad. I love the Insidious movies. But Insidious 3, the daughter is getting haunted, and I'll never forget, I still have this inside joke with Brad where we're just like, wanted her to live.
Yeah.
Like when we came out of
Wanted
the
her to
movie, when I came out of the movie, I was like so pumped up, and I was like elbowing him, like wanted her to live.
Yeah.
And like we always say that because like
I've heard you say that.
yeah, like her, she was just such a good character, and you cared about her so much, and the dad trying to protect her, and like the whole family, and then the demon hunters coming, like trying to go in. Oh, it's
Yeah.
amazing.
I like when you unintentionally or intentionally start cheering for the bad guy.
Yeah.
Jason Voorhees.
Jason Voorhees
Let's
or
go.
Devil's Rejects. I love that movie because then you're like, oh, I hate the cops. They're trying to kill these serial killers. You're like, oh, why am I Like, it's crazy. Like, I love it when you.
That
when
movie
you
made
turn-
me so uncomfortable.
I love that movie so
Movie
much.
made me so depressed. Ugh.
Oh, it's so
Ugh.
good.
Couldn't handle it.
You're wrong.
Too gross.
It's great.
Ugh.
Nope.
You're a crazy
No,
person.
you're a crazy person. It's a great movie.
All right.
Grimy
Let's
film.
move on.
Eminent Jargon, actually, we answered this question. They asked us if horror films benefit from being viewed in a live theater.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
absolutely.
say maybe.
Both
Sometimes.
those-
It depends on if it's a well-behaved crowd.
For sure, you can.
Yes.
I've watched horror movies at home, and sometimes when I get so scared, when I'm home alone,
Yeah.
all the lights off.
Yeah.
Once in a while, I will get up
Turn
and
on
look
light.
around.
Yeah.
Like I just get
Check the closet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get freaked out.
Yeah.
So
I'll definitely check the closet.
yes.
Yeah.
The bathtub.
Oh,
Gotta
yeah.
check the light on.
Yeah,
Check the
yeah.
Check the tub.
Check the tub. Behind the shower door.
Under the
yeah.
bed.
Both though. It definitely depends on the movie.
Yeah, I feel like there are certain movies. I mean, arguably, people could say it's not a horror movie, but Donnie Darko, for example, I feel like watching that in an audience, like after that was done, I just wanted to think about it.
Yeah.
And same with like The Shining and stuff. Some movies you don't want to go out of the theater and be like, oh, that's where we're gonna get food. You know, all that small
Totally.
talk that ruins it.
Yeah. You just want to sit
Yeah,
in
you just
silence.
wanna, enjoy it. So I think it depends on the movie. But some are fun. Slashers are fun to watch with people.
Yeah.
Bad
'Cause
horror
you get,
movies.
I like when you get that release in a crowd sometimes where like everyone starts laughing.
Yes.
You know, and it, like there's that thing of like, okay, we're all in this together, you know.
Totally.
Yeah.
Eminent Jargon also shared some little anecdotes that I thought were interesting. They said, I have a lot of great memories of horror film screenings where something went wrong with the projection, like reels being put in the wrong order, causing dead characters to suddenly reappear in the next scene, or pigment deterioration during a Halloween night screening of Halloween that caused the outdoor scenes to have a bizarre glowing pink sky at night.
That's so funny.
That
That
is
sounds
pretty good.
awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't had any experience like that.
Yeah.
Oh. I've only had that experience of being like 1 out of 6 people in the audience,
Right.
which is fun because then
Yeah.
you can laugh and talk and like if they're okay with it, you like test out the waters and you're like, okay, let's all just have fun with
Yeah.
it.
My friend Joe and I, like one of my best friends, known him since I was like 6. We used to work at the movie theater, and we saw Red Dragon, one of the Silence of the Lambs films, the day before it came out because they had to.
Do you see?
Every time they put the movie together, they would have to test it to make sure that the reels were right and everything.
Right.
And so we were doing that, and so it was just the two of us watching in the entire theater. So like we could like stand up and like yell and be like, "Don't go upstairs! No!" It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
My
It's
dad
fun when
still
that
quotes that movie. Do you see?
Do you
Wade
see?
Fiennes like has him.
Yeah. With the, they handled that
you
really well
finished
in the,
the show, right? You
Oh,
finished?
Oh,
Okay.
Hannibal.
I did not
How have we
finish.
not mentioned Hannibal?
I don't know.
You haven't finished Hannibal?
Oh my god.
I got 2 episodes left.
You know
Finish
they all
it!
met. They all met. Like it could come back.
They've all said
They've
the
had
rights have come back
talks.
around now.
Are
They've
you
had talks.
spoiling everything?
No, nothing is spoiled.
We're just saying they
Okay.
might make more.
We're just talking
which
about
is
the
great.
creators. The creators have talked.
Yeah.
I loved it. It was just
Dude,
one
that
of those things.
show is. How is it possible that a show on NBC is the most
Graphically
grotesque
disturbing.
and
Grotesque.
disturbing thing I've probably ever seen?
Yeah.
It's just also really beautiful.
Because they shoot the gore like food.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
make you into the monster.
One of the only shows where I covered the screen and looked away.
Really?
It was like
You're
the
watching
mushroom
on a
one,
tiny
right?
screen.
The mushroom part.
Oh,
Or, like
yeah,
growing
out
out.
of-
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
There are some grotesque moments in that, like the Colombian necktie and stuff.
No.
Oh, baby.
TV's gotten better. Like, yeah, American Horror Story, too. They've gotten better at pushing the
Gore.
limit of the gore. And Walking Dead, my God.
I mean, Hannibal though is
Good
like
gore. Great gore. in
Yeah,
Walking Dead.
great
Hannibal
makeup.
though was like artsy too. I remember
Yes.
thinking like I can't remember if it was season 2 or 3. How many seasons were there? 3?
3. Hannibal?
Three.
Three,
Was it
yeah.
the-
Because
Only
they're
three?
talking
Four?
about 4, whatever.
3 or 4.
I remember like the beginning 4 or 5 episodes of like season 3, maybe season 2. I was like, man.
Took a bit to get in.
Well, and they were going so artsy. I was like, you're gonna lose the mainstream
Oh,
with
man.
this.
Filming in Europe.
I was so
Oh,
nervous. Oh man, but I loved every second of it.
Yeah. That's a big thing I do want to get across with horror too is, the imagery staying with you
Yeah,
is
yeah.
so powerful. I think more than any other genre,
Yeah.
with the exception of, science fiction sometimes, obviously, but more than any other genre, images are forever burned into my mind.
Yeah.
Me
Crystal
too.
clear. We brought up The Fly earlier.
Oh, God,
so
I
many
love The
scenes from
Fly.
that. And just the list goes on. Limitless. All the horror movies, you know?
Just reminding
In my
me-
brain.
You're reminding me of like, I think one of them was actually the American The Ring.
Yep.
When they opened the closet and the dead girl sitting in there. Yeah, and like
Oh,
I didn't
yeah.
expect it because she'd walked around the house, everything's fine, and suddenly just this flashback,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh my god.
There's a moment like that in Stir of Echoes too, where there's a dead body jump scare. I think.
And it's in your
Anyway.
brain. It's not
Yeah.
even.
Jaws.
Yeah.
You'll be thinking of
Jaws.
Stir of Echoes 30 years from now.
Yeah. Movie's not good.
I like a Serbian film, but don't watch that. That is the worst. That's
Oh yeah, that's like Solo.
it's
like,
extreme
not
gore.
worth it.
No, it's
Yeah.
like it's got necrophilia and just pedophilia and
So-
everything. It's terrible.
They're remaking Hocus Pocus allegedly
Boo!
for straight to TV
What?
with none of the original cast or creators.
Get out of here.
Why?
That is
Why?
Go-
purely
Who's asking for this?
milking the name.
And you know who's gonna
Yeah.
watch it? Everybody who
All these kids.
No, people who don't want to remake because they're curious.
I think it's
I
gonna
want
do
to
well.
watch it. You will want to watch it because you're like,
I
how
don't wanna
much
watch it.
did they
The
screw
kids
it
are
up?
gonna love it.
I'm not watching it.
Kids love stuff. They don't know what Hocus Pocus is. It's all for adults.
But I gotta say though, we said the same thing about it.
I'm 3 feet away from it and I miss.
We said the same thing about it though.
I knew
that
it was gonna be amazing. I had no problem with the remake.
I was scared. I was nervous about it. I mean, it's not. This is different though. It's not gonna
Yeah,
be good.
this-
It's just
It's straight to TV.
It always depends on who's involved, you know. Like this Halloween thing,
Yeah.
John Carpenter's involved. He's making the score.
Yeah.
You know, creator's intent. This is beautiful. This
Creator's
is, you know, this is sanctioned. This is
Yeah.
this is okay. This is not
Right.
corporate suits milking a name.
I mean, it is.
yeah.
But
Yes and no, but like clearly the idea is good enough for him to get behind, you
Yeah.
know, and to retcon all that has come after Halloween 1,
yeah.
you know. And then even Stephen King to come out and really get behind it, which he doesn't get
That's true.
He
behind.
doesn't do that a lot.
Stephen King
No.
adaptations, you know, for him to come out and really say this is the one
Yeah.
I'm
has
excited.
merit.
Yeah.
Excited to see the kid from Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Stranger
looks like
Things,
they
I'm
had-
excited.
The,
It's
yeah.
getting close.
I'm just
Halloween
cozy.
Day, right? Yeah.
October 27th.
Oh, okay. Same day as Mario. Uh-oh.
Same day as Wolfenstein.
Oh.
Well,
Assassin's
those gotta
Creed.
wait. They gotta wait.
Mario
they gotta
first.
wait. Here's
Mario
the deal. Here's
is
the deal.
for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
Games
Mario.
won't be spoiled. Stranger Things will.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
You
can
won't
live
be
with
able to
that.
They
go-
could
you
spoil Stranger Things.
Yeah, as long as I don't get
care.
Mario spoiled,
Yeah.
I'm good. Life's
Yes, yeah,
good.
I'm the opposite. I'm just like, because I need
I
to
don't
be
know how
on
you'd
Twitter.
spoil Mario.
You play
really.
Mario all day
Yeah.
and night though, and then you cool off
Cool
with
off
like
with little Stranger
episode
Things.
1 and 2 of
Yeah.
Stranger Things. You're like, all right.
You can't just watch 2 episodes.
You go.
if it's
You
good.
go an
Well,
hour
I want
on,
to
an
at
hour
least.
off.
I want to time it perfectly, so on Halloween night I watch the Stranger Things finale.
Right.
You know, you got
Also,
like a
like-
4-day window there.
It's gonna have Netflix pacing, so you can just play Mario while you watch episodes
Yeah,
3
episodes
through
3,
6.
4, 5. Yeah,
You know,
for
because
sure.
it's just like those episodes don't need to be there.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's true.
That's when all the kids are mad at each other for no
Well-
reason. That's
well-
Harry Potter 5.
Will every episode of Stranger Things season 2 end on a cliffhanger? Every episode.
Yes.
I'm willing to agree.
What if they did a weird thing where like they just like slid they slid like the ending beginning markers down so like all the cliffhangers come in the middle of episodes instead of the ends? Never mind. I don't know how to explain this.
I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
All right. Let's wrap it up before we give the assignment and theme for next month. I'm calling an audible on that. I got a different idea than what I was
Whoa.
going to do. Quote challenge.
Okay.
Can you think of I didn't tell you about this. Can you think of a quote? Let's try to do horror movies.
I'm ready. Mine's just for fun.
That you think we've seen and see if we can guess it.
Your suffering will be legendary even in hell.
Is that from Hellraiser? Yeah. Good one. What about you?
Red Rum.
Shine.
Red Rum.
I gotta, oh yes, there will be blood.
Not There Will Be Blood.
No.
Nobody says that in that.
I think that's a,
Oh, that dude! I know. That
oh yes,
quote,
there will be
Sophia.
blood. I think that's the sentence.
I know that quote. Oh, that's so frustrating. I give up. I'm not gonna get it. I
What
know
is
it though.
It's Saw, Jigsaw.
Saw.
Oh.
Yes.
Other ones?
You don't have to do more than one. People
You're only
normally
on the
just
hook
do
for one. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you're only on the hook for one.
Yeah.
you didn't tell me.
I
all
can't
this.
think of any.
Go
Yes,
easy.
you can.
Let me think.
This one you always say.
What?
Come to get you, Bob.
Oh yeah. They're coming to get you, Barbara.
There you go.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
We got it
that's
there
from?
in the end.
No.
No. Oh, it's Beverly.
That's
Coming to
Beverly.
get you, Barbara?
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Shining?
No.
No, I don't know.
Night of the Living Dead.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I was trying to think of one from Alien. Alien 1.
I admire its purity.
I admire its purity. Yeah. Oh, man. I was trying to think of something like Parker would have said, like something about like overtime.
Yeah. I want my damn wages.
Oh, yeah. I want my overtime.
I
All
like
right. Go. What?
there's cursing in it, so I'm going to censor it.
Oh.
There's no effing ice cream in your effing future.
Whoa.
They live.
Nope.
Put them on! Dude, they live. What is that from?
It's from The Devil's Rejects.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Serial
geez.
killer
Get
just
out
sitting
of
in
here.
your car.
Grimy.
You just leave now.
Grimy.
What? It's a funny quote from
I want to
movie.
thank our guest, Sofia Hariz.
Yeah.
I had fun.
Thanks
Thank you for having me.
So the assignment film for next month is What We Do in the Shadows.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ian, I've never seen this movie.
It is
Oh.
so phenomenal.
Nice. I'm
So
excited.
phenomenal.
Good.
And
Give
it's
me
a
reason
horror
to watch
movie,
this.
and it's a mockumentary, which will be next month's theme.
Perfect.
I'm changing it up because I want to do it, and I
Cool.
want to do it soon.
Okay.
So fun.
Yeah, you've got
Amazing.
some homework ahead of you. You've got to watch like several of these things.
Yeah.
Best in
It's so good,
Show,
though.
Waiting for Guffman. This is
Documentaries?
Spinal Tap. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I haven't seen a lot of these.
Christopher Guest makes most of the good ones.
Okay. Which ones have I even seen? Borat?
We're not going to touch on the Sacha Baron Cohen ones, probably. I don't know. Whatever. Those are more just like, I don't even know what
that's
those
the
are.
first one you think of. I
Yeah.
didn't even think about that one.
Oh, man, I don't want to do this anymore. No, yeah, so join us next month, second Friday of the month, for the mockumentary episode of Reaction Shots. Please watch What We Do in the Shadows by, what's his name? Taika Waititi?
Yeah.
Tika Waititi?
Yeah.
I'm not sure how to say it. but
Doing
he's
Thor
great. Doing
Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok. It looks really funny.
Oh.
Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. Got Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords in there.
We should throw a horror recommendation to
I mean, watch The Thing.
get in the mood.
That was going to be the assignment film for this month, but I've switched
The
it to
Thing,
What We
great.
Do in the Shadows,
Great.
which is a horror comedy. It's mostly
Yeah.
a comedy, but it's horror.
The Thing. Perfect.
The Thing.
Event Horizon.
Dude, Event
Event
Horizon messed me
Horizon.
up for years.
Excellent.
I saw it when I was
If you want
13.
sci-fi. Yeah. for
That
sure.
was like a choice point for me, like a tipping point, nexus point in my life. I
Yeah.
had the choice to watch Money Talks. I was at my friend Dustin Beestrom's house. Could have watched Money Talks or Event Horizon. We
Yeah.
chose Event Horizon,
Oh my
and it
gosh.
ruined my life.
Sam Neill.
It ruined my life. I couldn't sleep for months.
I love that
freaky.
movie.
Oh boy. Anyway,
The Shining. Watch it. if you
yeah,
haven't
watch The
seen it.
Shining.
I would say The Descent if you haven't watched it.
10 out of
Oh,
10.
that has so many scares.
One of my
in it.
faves.
I couldn't get through it.
Yeah, it's a great
Lot of
one.
jump
I was watching
scares.
it by myself, and there were so many jump scares. I was just like, ugh. But I want to finish it because I heard it's great.
And it's
one of my
like
favorites.
a classic
Yeah.
phobia movie of being afraid of.
It's like top
Yeah,
5.
claustrophobia.
Also,
The rebar coming through the windshield. I was like, ugh, just jump scares for no reason.
Yeah.
also obviously like The Exorcist is great, and Evil Dead remake.
Poltergeist.
Here, I've got a quote. I've got a quote. I've seen The Exorcist over 100 times, and it keeps getting funnier every time I see it. Something like that. How's that? Am I qualified?
I don't know what that is.
Get out.
No.
I am out.
Get out!
Sound like the TSA guy.
Beetlejuice.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Beetlejuice.
Nice.
Here's another one.
Okay.
Get out!
I wonder.
Event
that from?
Horizon.
Anyways, thank you for watching or listening. Join us again next month for Reaction Shots. We'll probably try to get some commentaries out, but it's just a busy month. There are a lot of games coming out.
Crazy. I'm on assignment for
yeah,
like a
he's-
week and a
he's-
half.
yeah,
I'm
Huber's-
going around the world.
It's
I'm
out of control. There's
traveling
no
back
time.
in time to ancient Egypt.
Yeah. There's
We're
no
gonna
time
have
for
so much
anything.
fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're Easy Allies. Check us out on patreon.com/Easy Allies, easyallies.com, youtube.com/Easy Allies,
Nice.
youtube.com/Easy Allies Plays.
ASMR.
Yeah.
Nice.
Anyway.
Do you
thank
guys
Huber.
watch horror movies in October with all the lights off except for a flickering candle inside of a pumpkin?
Yes.
because it is my favorite thing to do.
I
Well,
don't.
a pumpkin with a pentagram carved into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I'm gonna do a pentagram this year.
Yeah, do a
I
pentagram.
like
That's
to draw
sinister
the pentagram.
vibes.
Yeah.
You gotta draw the pentagram on the floor.
Yeah.
Sit in
in
it.
salt.
Have some crystals around you just for security reasons. Cast a protection spell before.
Ring of salt around yourself.
Pray
so
to
that-
Gaia.
Yeah. Gaia. Dawn be praised.
Tommy praise.
All right. Thanks, everybody. See you next month.